Hello, Biker here, and today we are looking at PlanetSide 2 on the GTX 950. As you can see on the settings above, and I believe I do die in a minute. I don't know who by, but I did die, and there we go. You can see it on overall quality as Ultra, so you can see the game's running quite well on it at the moment, but obviously I am in the base section. I believe if you look in my bottom left hand corner you should be able to see the FPS. For some reason MSI Afterburner refused to work, so I had to use the in-game FPS meter. Now on my current screen, don't know if it's because I've got stuff rendering in the background, but the video is stuttering. Now if this is the case on YouTube as well, I do apologise for this, but the performance at the end of the day is still the same. All it is what you are viewing, and it's either YouTube or my editing settings that have, well, basically corrupted the file. It could easily just be my disk load whilst the game was playing. Not 100% sure. But you can see now the FPS is still staying, you know, around 60, 70 FPS, and it will dip below 50 at certain times. But for them settings, like what do you expect? It is a fairly demanding game, and obviously it will get worse and worse depending on how many people are in an area. Now I believe soon in the video it should, yep, there we go, skip over to the next part. Now this has got not as many, I'd say, people around, but it has got the extra few because the Indar, as you can see, I think is in, no, I don't think it was on an actual screen, I can't see it, but the alert was Indar. It was captured Indar in a certain amount of time, and our faction actually managed to win, which was quite good because the other two ones had lost to the other two factions. Now, as you can see, even with the extra players on, it doesn't really dip below 50 very often. Which obviously a lot of people, you know, I mean this game is a demanding game, but at the end of the day, it doesn't always play as hectic as people might think. Obviously the game, yes, it has hundreds of people playing against each other, and a futuristic game like this with good graphics, you know, like it's by far not an ugly game, and as you can see it still runs very well. With them couple of people shooting with a big robot and everything, my FPS only dipped to around 50 FPS. So even in them circumstances it stays quite well, and the settings that I've put it on, I've currently put it on, even in a more demanding section which will be shown pretty soon, after I failed to jump in this fucking vehicle, try and save the day and got killed straight away. And the next section, as I was saying, is a more demanding area. The settings I've put it on, it still doesn't really dip below the 30 FPS. It will stay above 30 FPS, which as far as I'm concerned is a still smooth gaming experience. I know a lot of people prefer the 60 FPS, and if you are one of them people, then by all means revert the settings to high settings. And then with the high settings, I do believe that, or a little bit lower than high settings, I believe you will get a smooth 60 FPS on no matter what situations. You can even by far put it down to medium, put your VSync on it, it will not move from 60 FPS, which you may prefer, because a lot of people prefer the higher FPS than they actually do what the game looks like, because it gives them a higher, I believe it's the 60 FPS reduces the input lag, so it's up to you really, but 30 FPS in most stuff like single players like The Witcher 3 I did, is fine by me. I'm happy with the 30 FPS. Now as you can see, this is mainly where I just get fucked over, so I mean just by all means carry on, look at the rest of the FPS. It does get more and more hectic as it goes on, until I ended the recording because we did not manage to push out, and eventually they got more and more reinforcements from the other, well, planet I suppose. Well, is it planet? No idea, you can tell me in the comment below if you do watch the video. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the video, and I hope you find it useful for you, because I find it very good, to be honest, for a game, and I think the settings I've showed show actually how well the GTX 950 can handle even these, well, quite high-end games really. So yeah, cheers for watching guys, and see ya.
patch you up.
Engineers are demolition experts. They can drop ammunition resupply packs, create, deploy, and repair vehicles, objectives, and max units.
I've got ammo for you.
Whenever you damage a friendly soldier or vehicle, use grease points. If you get too many grease points, we will disable your weapon.
Help!